Hello, my teaching students. I welcome you to our special class where we present the simplicity of the science subject. I am DFM Mathematics. Now, last video, I solved one of the problems of angle of pressure. Now, let me remind what I said before I start this online lecture, that I will treat every subtopic under any topic I decided to treat. Alright, so this example I'll be solving and will be the last example that has to do with right angle graph under the topic trigonometric ratio. Alright, so I want to be more attentive. Alright, now to watch all our videos, please just go to the comment section and click the link that will direct you to all our videos, right, from example 1 to example 10. So I can see how I solve the problem we have under those examples. Please always like, comment and share our videos so that others will benefit from it. You understand that now? So a lot has been said concerning angle of elevation and angle of pressure. So you have them video. So just do it by going to our previous videos and watch them so that you can understand what this topic is all about. Alright, so your understanding is clear. So let's go to the problem we have in example 10 as I read the question out. The angle of elevation of the top of a house from the bottom of a tower 160 meters high is 26 degrees. From the top of the tower, the angle of elevation is 24 degrees. What is the height of the house if the tower and the house are 50 meters apart? Now, when you come across a question like this, we are talking about tower and house. At times, the house can be taller than the tower, and at times the tower can be taller than the house. Right? So it depends on what you have in this question. Now look at it. They said the angle of elevation. And don't forget what I said when it comes to angle of elevation, that there is an observer that is looking up to an object that is far above his eyes level. So here they said the angle of elevation of the top of a house from the bottom. Alright, so it means the observer is at the bottom of the tower and is looking at the top of the house. Alright, you see there's an object at the top of the house that the observer is looking at. So the observer is at the bottom of the tower and is looking up at the top of the house. That is one. And it gives us the angle of right elevation. So we have 26 degrees at the bottom of the tower. That's where the observer is. And it's looking up to the top of a house. That one is not enough to tell us if the house is taller than the tower or the tower is taller than the house. Alright, let's go to the next sentence. What you have there said, from the top of the tower, from the top of the tower, the angle of elevation is 26. Now when you see the word from, whatever come after from, that is where the observer is. Again, whatever that come after that word from, that's where the observer is. Now we have an observer at the top of the tower. Alright? And it gives us the angle of elevation of the observer at the top of the tower. It means the house is taller than the tower. So there's someone at the top of the tower also looking up. That's the angle of elevation. Looking up at the top of the house. Alright? So we have two observers. There's one at the bottom of the tower looking at the top of the house. Then we have second observer at the top of the tower looking at the same thing the first one is looking at. You don't understand that now. So how do you draw this now? Now listen very well. Since they mentioned tower and house, you draw two vertical lines apart. One will be taller than the other one. So the taller one, that one represents house. Okay, the shorter one represents tower. Now go back to the question. They give us two angles of elevation. One at the bottom of the tower, the other one at the top of the tower. But do not forget that under angle of elevation, you must draw a horizontal line which represents the eyes level. Okay, so from the bottom of the tower here, you draw horizontal line Okay, that is where the observer is, at the bottom of the tower. Now draw a line, which is called the line of sight now, from that bottom of the tower to the top of the house. Do you get that now? So between this line of sight and this horizontal, we have the angle 26 degrees here. Alright. Then now move to the top of the tower. Also draw a horizontal line that represents the height level. But we have another observer here. Then now draw another line, which is line of sight, from the observer eyes at the top of the tower directly to the top of the house again. So between this line of sight and this horizontal, you put what? Angle 24 degrees. Do you understand? So between these two observers are looking at the same thing, okay, which is what? The top of the house. And they gave us the height of the tower, which is what? 160 meters. So we'll put our 160 meter here. So you can draw out a rectangle from this diagram we have here by drawing a line from the bottom and the top of the tower like this to this place. So if here is 160 meters, here will be 160 meters. And they gave us the gap, the distance between the house and the tower. And they said it is 50. They said 50 meters apart. So here will be 50 meters apart. That's the distance between the tower and the house. 50 meters apart. So if here is 50 meters, here will go 50 meters, 50 meters also. This diagram is not drawn to scale, or else this one should be 100 because this place is longer than this place, okay? So it is not drawn to scale. We take this as 160 meters, 160 meters, 50 meters, 50 meters, because rectangle, because the opposite sides of rectangles are equal. Do you understand that now? So this is not the diagram. The question says we should find the height of the house. Alright? So it's very simple. Alright? So the house, the height of the house is from A down to D. The height of the house is from where? From A down to D. Part of the height of the house has been given, which is what? 160 meters from the height of the tower. So we just need to find this place, and it's very simple. Why? We have an angle 24 degrees, and we have this place 50 meters. So the angle is facing this place. So that becomes what? The opposite. Here hypotenuse. Here what? Adjacent. So you are dealing with opposite and adjacent. That's what? Tan. So you bring it out. So from what I have here, I brought it out here. Alright, so I now put a letter to what you are looking for. X. Alright, which becomes what? The opposite. Y is facing 24 degrees. And this one is hypotenuse. Y is facing right angle. So this one becomes what? The adjacent. So OA is tan. So that will be tan 24 degrees is equal to opposite, which is x, over adjacent, which is 50. Tan 24 degrees, okay, using calculator or statistical table, is 0.4452. You can put one under it to make it a fraction. It's equal to what? X over 50. So when you cross multiply here, x is multiplied by 1. That gives us x. And 50 is multiplied by what you have here. That gives us 22.26 meters. Like I said, always work with decimal places, alright, like 2 decimal places or 3 decimal places, alright. So I have this in 2 decimal places meters. So to find the height of the house, like I said, the height of the house is from A down to D, which covers this part, which is AD, and covers this part ED. So the whole of this represents what? The height of the house. And we succeeded in getting AE, okay, which is 22.26 meters. We now add it to this 160 meters. That gives us the height of the house. Now that was the average. So we now add up to 2 x plus this. Then we have this in meter. We are not asked to approximate it. So we leave it like this. Okay, so the height of the tower is 192.26 meters. Alright. So we succeeded in solving the problem example 10. And this example 10 and everything that has to do with right angle triangle under the topic trigonometric ratio. So let's move to another subtopic under trigonometric ratio. God bless you. Please share our videos so that others will benefit from it. From DFM Mike Martins, I say thank you and bye for now.